November 7th was National Book Lovers Day. Who doesn't love a good book? But after a while, you may end up with too many books. So how can we limit our options? Here to help us get it together when it comes to our book collection, we welcome back Laura Souders. I used to be this person that had like books just overflowing, and I thought, really, what is the point if I'm not going to read them again? Like, why do I have them? Unless they're really special to me.
Exactly.
So let's talk about how we can kind of, get it together. And you say the first step when purging and organizing books is to really look at each one, not just kind of glance at it, scan. What do you mean, really look at it?
Really look at each cover and read the title and see if it's something you're really interested in, because so many of the time we scan our shelves and they all look familiar, so we just keep them.
True.
But if you look at each one, it may not be something you're really interested in, and this time you can choose a book by its cover.
Oh, that's a good idea. So really read the title, see if it's something you're interested in. Then you decide what you don't need anymore.
Yeah.
Then what? What do you do with them?
Yeah. Get rid of those books like the ones that are from your college days, those outdated textbooks. If your baby is 20 years old and you still have the
What to Expect
or the first year, get rid of that. It's time to pass it on to somebody.
Or, hand it down to a co-host of mine.
A co-host,
or something.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. So once you have those books, then we have to, all these books that you want to get rid of, you want to donate them somewhere. Somebody, we don't want to just throw them out.
I know, tossing them in the dumpster just seems really wrong.
It does. It does.
Yeah.
And you could give them to friends. Try to sell them to your friends. Not really sell them, but sell the idea. Tell them it was a good book, you enjoyed it, tell them about it, put it on social media and pass it along to someone else. If you don't know somebody personally, you can donate them to your local library. They use them for book sales annually. And also there's a Better World Book has a big dumpster kind of thing that you put books in, and you can donate them there. And they also take reference books.
Do they have those locally?
They do.
In our area.
You can search them online and find where they are.
So in terms of the libraries, I guess I never thought about the selling part. I thought, would they want these for their collection? But it's usually not for the collection.
Yeah, they do usually at least annually, sometimes biannually, they do book sales to raise money for fundraising.
Okay. So you've purged, you have what you really want. Now what do you do? Color order or genre or alphabetical?
Exactly. Think about how you would like to find them. What's the easiest way for you to find them? You can do alphabetically. You can do by subject. That's what I usually do. All my organizing books are together, and then all my cooking books and
well, you don't need organizing books, Laura. You have your own. You have your own. You've written the book.
Just for reference. Yeah. Just for reference. And then one of the latest trends, like you mentioned, is the color organizing. And that's really visually stimulating, nice to have in your office. And I think, as one of the other guests said, it's really nice to have behind you in Zoom. It looks really pretty.
Yeah, now we think about those things now.
But think about if that's a way that you really want to find your books, if that's a way that you can do that.
Yeah, I think for me it's more category. Category. What about keeping it to a minimum? How do we stick with that? We've purged, but now we're going to start reading again.
Exactly. Yeah. Maybe try ebooks. So if you're getting your books and downloading them, you don't have as much to keep. So that's one option. Getting them from the library. If you're giving them to the library, get them from the library or friends. Ask about, friends love to give ideas, suggestions of what book is their favorite and what you should read next. So ask people and borrow them from them. Or keep it to a limit. Let your space define how many you can keep. So look on your bookshelf. Don't be cramming them in and stacking them up all over and beside. Let your space define how many you can keep.
Very good. Just on a side note, I recognize a lot of the authors you have here, right?
Exactly.
We were talking about who's been on the show before, so that's fun to see too. Thanks, Laura. Always fun to see you. Well, turkey, pies, fruits, they'll grace many Thanksgiving tables, but this warning, you want to keep your pets away. Details are next.